A luxurious private jet cuts through the dark night sky at incredible speed. Inside the spacious cabin, Yu Jae-ha sits across from Se-ju Han, completely confused and frustrated. He throws his hands up, shouting that it makes absolutely no sense to go on a business trip right after everything that just happened, especially boarding a plane immediately after getting off a call. He desperately tells Ju-han that instead of sitting calmly, he should be repairing relics right now. But Ju-han doesn't even react. He quietly flips through his book and casually says he received a commission, so he had to come, like it's nothing. The tension suddenly breaks. A gentle voice approaches. A beautiful blonde woman walks toward them with a warm smile, asking if they're comfortable. She mentions that thanks to Ju-han, they are able to travel peacefully, especially when the city airport and planes were completely destroyed. Ye-ha freezes, blushes. He feels like he has seen her somewhere before. She smiles brightly, clearly happy to help them. Ju-han calmly introduces her, tells Ye-ha to greet her properly, because she's the reason they're on this luxurious jet. Ye-ha greets her excitedly, but instantly, her smile turns slightly strained. She calls him Mr. Con Man. Ye-ha chokes, spits his drink everywhere. Ju-han leans forward with a dark grin, confirms her identity, Irene Holton, and warns Ye-ha if his conscience is bothering him, he should start begging, because they'll be seeing her often. Instantly, Ye-ha slams his head onto the table, begging, apologizing, sweating. He confesses his fraud and begs not to be handed over to George Holton. Irene looks awkward, unsure how to respond. Ju-han leans closer to her, whispers for her to scold him, calls Ye-ha a lazy loser who takes a full month to repair one relic. Ye-ha cries out for mercy, but Irene's expression turns serious. She declares Ju-han as her important business partner and offers a deal. If Ye-ha helps them properly, she won't report his fraud. Ye-ha collapses in defeat, agrees immediately. Ju-han taps his book, tells him to relax because he'll also help Irene's problem. Irene is surprised. Ju-han's expression turns serious. He reveals the truth. The relic affecting her is not just a curse, it's a parasite living inside her body. It cannot be removed, so she must learn to control it. He promises to find a permanent solution someday, but for now, they will manage it. He explains their abilities. He uses dominance, Ye-ha uses affinity, but Irene has neither, so she must learn both, slowly, carefully. He warns her, her relic is extremely powerful and very difficult to suppress, but they can reduce its effects. Irene quietly accepts. The scene shifts. Bright daylight, Macau. The city skyline stretches across the horizon. Ju-han looks ahead. Something feels wrong. Beside him, Jae-ha's on the verge of tears, staring at his phone. His stocks are crashing. Ju-han tells him bluntly, "Don't play the stock market if you don't want to go bankrupt." Then he focuses ahead. A massive purple barrier covering the city, floating islands trapped inside. More than 2/3 of Macau has already turned into a tomb. Jae-ha asks about Taipa Island. Ju-han notices the bridge, completely destroyed. This is the work of a relic. They will need a boat. He checks his camera, feels something strange. The tomb has a bad temper, maybe related to ships. Then, suddenly, he flinches. Jae-ha panics instantly, checks his pockets. His restoration relic is gone. Ju-han glares at him, then checks himself and freezes. His relic is gone too. Around them, chaos erupts, people shouting, a pickpocket. A pink system message appears. The cunning thief relic is targeting them. Ju-han turns sharply, analyzes everything instantly, then smiles. Dark, calculated. They lost 3 relics, but the thief made a mistake. They left behind the most useful one, the rope. He summons it instantly, orders it to catch the thief. The rope shoots forward, alive, excited. Jae-ha panics. Even Ju-han got robbed, but Ju-han remains calm. Unless the thief can teleport, there is no escape. They follow the rope. It leads them to a building, a restroom. Sounds of struggle inside. Jae-ha hesitates. It's the women's restroom. Ju-han doesn't care. He kicks the door open. Bam! Inside, a young girl is tied up tightly by the rope. Her green hair writhes like snakes. She struggles
struggles helplessly. The rope happily calls its master. Jae-ha screams. The thief is just a kid. Joo-han kneels down, smirking, asks if Jae-ha knows her. Jae-ha panics. She works for the US government and uses the Medusa relic. He covers his eyes, afraid to turn to stone. Joo-han sighs, tells him to relax. The girl is too young. She can't use Medusa's full power. He snaps his fingers. The rope seals her mouth, silencing her. Joo-han smiles coldly, draws a knife, warns her not to try anything, then orders the rope to release her. She drops, glaring. Joo-han crouches, asks if she came alone. She snaps back proudly. She has allies, plenty. Joo-han calculates instantly. A full US excavation team, at least 20 people. He remembers Kiera. This relic must be very, very valuable. A greedy smile appears. Then he decides they'll steal it. Jae-ha panics. What about their mission? Joo-han orders him, make a fake relic. The girl protests loudly, but Joo-han knocks her down instantly, reminds Jae-ha of his contract. He must obey. Jae-ha breaks down, regrets everything. Joo-han ignores it. He activates the Code of Hammurabi, even though it's damaged. A purple aura surrounds the girl. He warns her, if she talks or uses relics again, she will suffer. Then orders Jae-ha to collect everything. They take all the relics. The girl screams in frustration, calling them villains. Outside, Joo-han walks forward immediately. No time to waste. They must enter the tomb now. Jae-ha panics. Their relics aren't ready. Joo-han shuts him down. That was his job. Now it's too late. The US team is here. They must move first. Jae-ha asks, are they really going in empty-handed? Joo-han smiles. Dangerous, confident. Better than getting everything stolen. And without hesitation, he walks straight towards the tomb.
Meanwhile, inside a securely guarded US encampment, the consequences of their actions are immediately unfolding. Thomas, an American CIA agent, is absolutely furious, screaming at young Vivian Lucy for losing every single relic she had collected. Linda Walker steps in, trying to calm him down, reminding him that Vivian is just a child. But Thomas snaps back, saying a kid should never have been brought onto the team if all she does is mess things up. Trembling, Vivian cries out that she didn't lose the relics, they were taken from her. The adults freeze. Vivian's mind flashes back to Joo-han's terrifying face and the curse he placed on her. Terrified, she covers her mouth and quickly changes her words, saying she just lost them. But Linda isn't convinced. She grips Vivian's shoulder and demands the truth so they can prepare for the danger ahead. Cornered, Vivian finally confesses that 2 men took the relics. But before she can say anything more, the curse activates. Green lightning explodes around her face. Everyone braces for pain, but instead, Vivian bursts into uncontrollable laughter. She collapses to the ground, shaking and gasping that it tickles. The agents stare in total confusion as she laughs until tears stream down her face. Joo-han's unbearable pain was just an extreme tickle curse. Far away, near Taipa Island, the ocean is filled with a massive fleet of excavation ships. Jae-ha grabs his hair in panic, screaming that they came here without any proper equipment. Joo-han calmly tells him to check the bag they stole from the Medusa girl. Jae-ha opens it and instantly screams. It's all junk. They're completely screwed. Joo-han looks at the massive fleet ahead. Then suddenly, a deep, eerie voice echoes across the ocean. It declares that this number of humans is acceptable to sail the Yellow Sea and grants them permission to enter. In a flash, the world distorts. They are instantly teleported inside the tomb, now standing on the rain-soaked deck of a massive ship. Almost immediately, a crew member spots them and demands to know what they're doing there. Jae-ha panics, thinking they've been caught. But before anything happens, a scream cuts through the air. The lead ships are under attack. From the dark purple ocean, massive tentacles and sea monsters slam against the ships. Creatures are thrown onto the deck. They explode into venomous snakes, biting crew members instantly. One man tries to shoot, but another stops him, shouting that shooting them will make them explode. Chaos spreads everywhere. Joo-han watches calmly. The monsters are small, few in number. He picks up a metal pipe and says he can handle them without relics. Jae-ha relaxes for a second, but then everything changes. A massive crash shakes the ship. The steering is destroyed. Jae-ha looks ahead and freezes. The bitten crew members are standing back up, their eyes glowing white. They're possessed. The mysterious voice laughs, saying even the strongest forces fall because of small variables.
Jae-ha panics, begging for a plan. The possessed crew rush toward them. Ju-han sighs, annoyed. He says they'll just use them as shields. Then pulls out a pen-shaped relic. Since the targets are human, this will be easy. His eyes glow gold. He gives a command. All controlled humans, smash your heads into the ground. Instantly, heavy, brutal thuds echo across the deck. The possessed crew slam their heads down again and again, unable to resist. Jae-ha watches in shock. Ju-han smirks. Now, only the monsters are left. The voice speaks again. Impressed, it calls him the human chosen by the Black Crow. Ju-han realizes the relic is talking directly to him. The voice says his name has spread among all relics. Ju-han mocks it, asking if relics have their own gossip network. The entity becomes furious. Lightning cracks across the sky as it declares all relics will now target him. Ju-han laughs. He says that's perfect. Let them come. Then he points out something. If the relic really wanted to kill him, it shouldn't have revealed itself. Since it already started talking, Ju-han demands answers. Who is the crow? The relic refuses, but Ju-han provokes it, calling it stupid. Enraged, the relic summons a massive wave and finally reveals the truth. The crow was once a god-tier relic, a being of predation. It could absorb other relics' powers. But then, it made a contract with a human and betrayed all relics. It devoured them, turned them into slaves. So the relics united and sealed it away. Ju-han freezes. That prison was the tomb he entered before dying in his past life. He asks how they defeated something so powerful. The answer is simple. They didn't fight it. They betrayed it. They tempted its human partner and made him abandon the crow. Then they sealed it and killed the human. The voice laughs, proud of its strategy. Rain pours down. Ju-han stands silently. Then he smiles. Dark, dangerous. He says he doesn't care about their method, but thanks them for the information, because now he knows exactly what to do. If that crow is their enemy, then it's the perfect ally for him. The entity explodes in rage, warning him if he sides with the crow, every relic in existence will become his enemy. Ju-han grips the metal pipe tighter. His eyes burn. He says that's exactly what he wants. He never planned to befriend relics anyway. The voice screams for him to die. The ocean erupts, massive waves rise again, and from the depths, colossal sea monsters emerge, towering over the ship, monstrous, terrifying. But Ju-han doesn't move. A wide, bloodthirsty grin spreads across his face. He's ready to destroy them all. The dark ocean erupts as the second wave of nightmarish sea monsters crashes against the hull, violently rocking the massive ship. The unseen relic's malicious laughter echoes through the storm as Jae-ha swings wildly with a broken broom, screaming in pure terror that there is no end to the swarm. He quickly realizes a horrifying truth. The towering leviathans are ignoring the rest of the crew. Their glowing eyes are locked only on them. Ju-han understands instantly. They are the real targets. A confident, bloodthirsty grin spreads across his face. Even then, these monsters can be taken down in one strike. He swings his weapon with full force. Clang! A sharp, unnatural sound cuts through the rain. Jae-ha freezes. The funeral knife relic, shattered completely. Ju-han clicks his tongue. Jae-ha panics, yelling that he warned him about their fragile relics. Ju-han snaps back, telling him to stop whining and run. They sprint through the storm. Jae-ha curses their luck. No combat relics left, nothing to fight with. They burst through a steel door into the flooded interior of the ship. Jae-ha asks if they're really giving up this chance. Ju-han scoffs. They're barely surviving. But then, a smirk. When the relic summoned monsters, it left a trail, a disgusting magical path, straight to its core. Ju-han already knows where it is. Jae-ha points out the obvious problem. No weapons, no way to fight. They reach the stern. Ju-han spots a chance. He orders Jae-ha to find a speedboat and use the rope relic, but before he can move, a shout cuts through the storm. The American CIA team arrives. Vivian points at them. Thomas glares with pure rage. Jae-ha starts sweating, but Ju-han smiles. Let him come. They probably still have relics worth stealing. He takes control instantly, orders Jae-ha to prep the boat. He'll handle this. The rope launches forward. Chaos begins. Thomas jumps onto the deck, screaming for his relics back. Ju-han calmly steps forward. Who said I'd return anything? His eyes lock onto the weapon in Thomas's hand, a steel pipe, but not normal. It has aura. Ju-han demands that one too. Thomas explodes. He attacks, fast, brutal. Ju-han barely dodges, impressed.
Then he strikes. A punch lands clean on Thomas's jaw. Thomas spits blood, smiles, and attacks again. A relentless storm of blows. Ju-han retreats, barely dodging. The blade grazes him. Purple energy burns through his shirt. Now he understands. It's not a pipe, it's a sword hidden inside. One hit, and he's dead. Ju-han pulls out the silver axe, smirks. No matter how strong it is, doesn't change anything. Thomas swings again. This time, Ju-han doesn't dodge. He clashes head-on. Boom! And activates the axe. Destroy the wealth of the one threatening me. Crack! The weapon shatters. Thomas freezes. Ju-han laughs. You should have dodged. He grabs the core, commands it. Reveal your true form. Light explodes. A new weapon appears. The sword of the Sela Flower Knights. Epic. A rank. Ju-han smiles. Right on time, Jae-ha shouts. The boat is ready. Ju-han jumps off. Thanks for the gift. Thomas screams in rage. Unaware, a massive sea monster rises behind him. The speedboat cuts through the mist and arrives at a quiet island. A massive, glowing tree stands at the center. Ju-han steps forward. The stolen sword crackles in his hand. A deep voice echoes. He has found the core. Offer a prayer and receive power. Ju-han smirks. What if I don't? The relic pauses, confused. Then, purple energy explodes around him. Ju-han grips the sword tightly. It's feeding time. The relic panics, tells him to stop, but Ju-han doesn't listen. He leaps into the air and brings the blade down, straight toward the tree. The blinding purple blade crashes down with earth-shattering force, violently striking the colossal ancient tree. A deafening crack echoes through the void as the massive trunk shatters, exploding into a brilliant burst of purple lightning and swirling pink petals. From the fading energy, a single glowing golden scroll floats gently down into Ju-han's waiting hands. He unrolls the parchment. A triumphant smirk spreads across his face. This is the map of Zheng-ha's Treasures of the West, an epic A-rank consumable relic. A relic tied to the legendary Ming Dynasty explorer who once sailed across the world with a massive fleet. Sensing its value instantly, Ju-han grabs Jae-ha by the collar, completely ignoring his complaints, and orders him to repair it immediately. Then, he turns back and commands the tomb to close. In an instant, the violent ocean disappears. The chaos ends. They are left floating peacefully on a small motorboat under a calm sky. Ju-han stares at the horizon. A wicked glint flashes in his eyes. It's time to start the con. Later that night, inside a luxury hotel room in Macau, Jae-ha carefully paints golden energy onto a fake map. Sweating, nervous, he asks if scamming people like this is really a good idea. They could just sell the real one and still make a fortune. Irene quietly agrees, but Ju-han calmly sips his soda and shuts that idea down instantly. They need the real map to solve Irene's parasitic curse. He tells Irene to place her hand on the scroll. As she touches it, Ju-han activates the relic, mark every location connected to her curse. The map reacts instantly. A bright blue glow fills the room. A massive holographic globe appears in the air. And then, a single purple point lights up. Turkey. Their next destination is locked. Jae-ha panics. There's a huge problem. His fake relics don't last forever. They disappear, which means they will definitely get caught and hunted down by General Kira Clark. But Ju-han doesn't even flinch. He already expected that. Kira will come after them anyway. She controls multiple map relics, and her Columbus map can track artifacts worldwide, including Irene. Since Irene's relic can't be stolen, Kira would kidnap her instead, threaten her, break her.
Ju-han remembers. In his past life, that's exactly what happened. That's what turned Irene into a monster. He places his hands gently on her shoulders and promises he won't let that happen again. But deep inside, his real goal is different. He wants her power, her relic, her wealth, all of it. He crushes the soda can in his hand and reveals the plan. They will give Kiera the fake map on purpose. When it disappears, she'll lose control and come to them directly. Jae-ha screams, "She'll kill us!" But Ju-han just smiles. Dark, dangerous. That's exactly what he wants. Because when she comes, he'll destroy every map relic she owns, right there. He grabs Jae-ha's head, tells him to stop whining and finish the fake. Meanwhile, at the CIA base in Macau, chaos erupts. A furious commander screams at his agents. They lost the tomb, lost the relic, and Thomas and Linda got arrested. Before things get worse, a call connects. General Kiera appears on screen. Everyone freezes, expecting death, but she smiles, cold, calm. She isn't angry, just disappointed. She reveals she already had a backup plan. She hired Edward, and he successfully obtained the relic. Then, her eye glows purple. She gives a new order. Find the man who outplayed them, Ju-han. Time passes. Jae-ha delivers the fake map. Edward hands it to Kiera. They get paid instantly, a huge amount. Now, inside their hotel room, they're eating like kings. Jae-ha still crying over his workload. Irene quietly practicing her power. Ju-han calmly cutting his steak, smiling because he knows the call is coming. Suddenly, the door bursts open. Edward storms in, gun raised, pointed straight at Ju-han, shaking, furious. "What the hell did you sell me?" Ju-han looks up calmly, smiles. "You just figured it out?" Edward lowers the gun slightly, his hands trembling, and reveals the truth. The fake didn't just disappear, it dragged people into the void, and one of them was the Prime Minister of the UK, who was meeting Kiera. Jae-ha completely breaks down. Kiera is going to kill them all. Edward points the gun on his own head, desperate, hopeless. But Ju-han doesn't panic. The shadows deepen around him. His eyes glow, bright blue, and slowly, a terrifying smile spreads across his face. Jae-ha stares in horror, because in the face of complete disaster, Ju-han is laughing. While the room spirals into absolute panic over the missing Prime Minister, Jae-ha stares in disbelief, desperately whispering to his boss and asking why on earth he is laughing. But Ju-han's eyes glow with a piercing blue light. A wicked, calculating smirk spreads across his face. He declares, "This disaster is actually a perfect opportunity." Jae-ha freezes, then realizes the truth. General Kiera is in just as much trouble right now, which means this is the perfect moment to con her. Ju-han steps forward confidently, tells Jae-ha to watch carefully and learn. He snaps at Edward, orders him to pull himself together and call Kiera immediately. Edward starts sweating. Calling her now will only make things worse. Then he realizes Ju-han is using him as a shield, a middleman. He curses under his breath, but Ju-han calmly explains he's not making excuses. He can actually solve this situation. Edward is shocked. How? Ju-han simply tells him to call. He'll explain everything directly. With no other choice, Edward gives in. He dials, grovels nervously, then hands the phone over. Ju-han's tone changes instantly, smooth, professional. He greets Kiera politely, even jokes about the timing of their first conversation. On the other side, Kiera sits in a dark room, her eyes narrow, cold, dangerous. She lists his crimes. He ruined her operation, delivered a faulty relic, and now he will be held responsible. Ju-han doesn't hesitate. He flips the entire situation, calmly says that assumption is unfair. He simply delivered the relic, untouched. Kiera warns him, if he's lying, he's dead. But Ju-han continues. He says he contacted her to help find the Prime Minister. He spins the lie perfectly. A disaster like this ruins his reputation. If he loses partners like her and Edward, he won't survive. Jae-ha watches in shock. His boss lies like it's second nature. Ju-han then offers help, a follow-up to their deal. Kiera becomes interested, but still skeptical. How will you find him? Juhan answers immediately. He already has a method. He knows she has map relics. Edward flinches. Kiera replies coldly. She already tried. None of them can track the Prime Minister. Juhan smiles, dark, confident. He won't use them normally. He will unlock their hidden powers, abilities most people don't even know exist. Jae-ha internally panics. This is insane. But a system notification appears. Kiera is starting to believe him. After a long silence, she agrees, but sets strict conditions. He must come alone, no relics.
Everything under her supervision. Juhan accepts instantly. Call ends. Jae-ha is stunned. The plan worked. Juhan brushes it off, tells Edward to go home. Edward almost cries in relief. Then Jae-ha asks what he should do. Juhan points at him. "You're coming with me," and tells him to finish repairing the relics. Suddenly, system windows appear. New title unlocked. Unbeatable con man. Juhan clicks his tongue, annoyed. The crow is watching him again. Another notification appears. His affinity decreased, but his success rate increased because relics like his bad boy charm. Juhan looks disgusted and dismisses them. Soon after, Kiera sends the location. Hotel Nevada. Inside the luxurious hotel, Juhan walks calmly, internally mocking her condition. No relics, he already hid what he needed. Using dominance, he shrunk and concealed them, but the strain is heavy. He needs to finish fast. Jae-ha looks around nervously, accidentally startles a staff member. Juhan steps in smoothly, calms the situation instantly. Then, two guards appear, confirm his identity, escort them inside. They enter a massive suite. General Kiera sits at the center. She immediately notes she can't sense any relics. Impressed, Juhan plays along. Jae-ha whispers she looks younger than expected, but Juhan isn't looking at her. His eyes are locked on the desk. 3 relics: Barbossa's pirate map, Anaximander's world map, and the Columbus map. A dark smile appears. All of them in one place. Perfect. Kiera leans back, tells him to begin, but warns if he fails, he dies. Surrounded by guns, Juhan casually asks for a pen. Kiera hands it over. He steps forward and without hesitation presses the pen directly onto the Columbus map. A gun is raised instantly, pointed at his head. "Stop!" But Juhan doesn't flinch. He calmly says this is necessary to unlock its power. Kiera watches carefully, then raises her hand, tells her men to stand down, but warns him this better work. Juhan leans over the map, surrounded by death, and slowly, a terrifying smile spreads across his face. "Just trust me."